What if turning 75 doesn't change your life overnight but quietly flips switches you didn't even know existed? Most people over 65 believe aging is something you notice only when you feel sick, weak, or slowed down, but science tells a different story. By the time you reach 75, several irreversible processes are already in motion, whether you agree with them or not. And here's the mystery. Most seniors feel the effects long before they understand the cause. Here's an early clue. According to U.S. Census and CDC data, age 75 marks a sharp inflection point in health outcomes, independence, and even financial stability. Hospitalizations rise, social circles shrink, physical resilience drops faster than before, but no one tells you why it happens all at once or how long it has been building. To understand what really happens after 75, we have to rewind decades. The origins of this issue begin in early adulthood. In your 20s and 30s, the body builds peak reserves muscle mass, bone density, cardiovascular capacity, cognitive flexibility. Research from Dr. Walter Bortz, a pioneer in aging science, showed that what we call aging is often the delayed effect of how those reserves were built or neglected. The cause is lifestyle patterns formed early. The effect is invisible for years. You feel fine, so you assume you always will. Then come the changes that start quietly in the 40s. Muscle loss accelerates at about 1% per year after age 40. Bone density declines. Metabolism slows. According to the National Institute on Aging, nerve signaling also becomes less efficient. But these changes don't announce themselves. They whisper, a little more fatigue, slight stiffness, longer recovery. Nothing dramatic enough to change habits. That's the trap. In the 50s and 60s, chronic inflammation increases. Blood vessels stiffen. Balance systems weaken. The CDC reports that fall risk begins rising sharply after 65, but most people still feel normal. This creates a dangerous gap between perception and reality. The cause is slow biological drift. The effect is overconfidence. Now comes the shift after 70 that most people ignore. This is where compensation ends. According to longitudinal studies from the Health and Retirement Study, the body's ability to adapt to stress, illness, injury, emotional shock drops significantly after 70. You don't bounce back the same way. But because the decline is gradual, many seniors blame a bad week instead of recognizing a permanent shift. This leads us to the 5 things that happen after 75, whether you like it or not. The first is accelerated muscle loss, known as sarcopenia. After 75, muscle strength can decline up to 3% per year. The cause is reduced anabolic response to protein and exercise. The effect is difficulty rising from chairs, climbing stairs, and carrying groceries. This isn't about weakness, it's about lost independence. The second is slower brain processing speed. Studies from the National Institutes of Health show that reaction time and working memory decline more noticeably at 75, even in cognitively healthy adults. The cause is reduced neural efficiency. The effect is difficulty multitasking, driving confidence, and managing complex decisions. It's subtle, but it changes daily life. The third is increased vulnerability to illness. Immune response weakens, a process called immunosenescence. According to CDC data, adults over 75 are several times more likely to experience severe complications from infections. The cause is reduced immune cell production. The effect is longer recovery and higher hospitalization risk. The fourth is shrinking social exposure. Data from the American Time Use Survey shows that social interaction drops significantly after 75. Friends pass away. Mobility declines. Travel feels harder. The cause is life transitions. The effect is loneliness, which research from Dr. Julianne Holt-Lunstad links to higher mortality risk comparable to smoking. The fifth is financial pressure from health costs. Medicare covers much, but not everything. According to AARP, out-of-pocket medical expenses increase sharply after 75, especially for long-term care and medications. The cause is increased health utilization. The effect is stress that affects lifestyle choices and mental health. Here's the breaking point where these changes become visible. A fall that takes weeks to recover from. An illness that lingers. A moment when driving no longer feels safe. According to U.S. hospital data, adults over 75 account for a disproportionate share of injury-related admissions. This isn't sudden aging, it's delayed consequences finally crossing a threshold. The fallout affects everything. Health becomes fragile, money feels tighter, lifestyle shrinks. Some seniors withdraw not because they want to, but because the world starts feeling less forgiving. Confidence erodes faster than strength. So what do many people try? The failed fixes. Resting more instead of strengthening, avoiding activity to stay safe, which actually accelerates decline, relying on outdated advice like slow down. Research shows inactivity after 75 increases mortality risk far more than moderate physical stress. Here's the twist most seniors never hear. After 75, targeted effort matters more than ever. Studies from the American College of Sports Medicine show that even light resistance training can reverse aspects of muscle loss and improve balance in adults over 80. The body is still adaptable, just less forgiving of neglect. So, what can you do today? 3 direct actions. First, prioritize strength and balance exercises at least 3 times a week, even simple chair stands and walking. Second, actively protect your social life. Schedule interactions. Don't wait for them. Third, review medications and health plans yearly to prevent silent complications. Here's the clear warning based on evidence. Ignoring these changes doesn't preserve independence, it quietly accelerates its loss. And here's the open thought to hold onto. What if 75 isn't the beginning of decline, but the moment preparation finally matters? If this made you think differently, like this video and share it with someone nearing this age. And subscribe for the next chapter, where we'll reveal what people over 80 who thrive do differently before it's too late.